If you are watching this video, you have likely already made the most important financial decision of your life. You have decided that you are not going to work forever. You have decided that you want your money to work for you. You have decided to invest. But now you are standing at the edge of a cliff, staring at the two biggest giants in the financial universe, and you are paralyzed. On one side, you have Vanguard, the pioneer, the company owned by its clients, the gold standard of low cost. On the other side, you have Charles Schwab, the aggressor, the publicly traded powerhouse that has slashed fees and democratized investing for the little guy. Together, these two titans manage trillions of dollars. They control the pension funds of nations. They hold the retirement dreams of millions of Americans. And on the surface, their products look identical. You go to their websites and you see large cap growth on both. You see S&P 500 or total market on both. You see expense ratios of 0.03% and 0.04%. And you think to yourself, it's a coin flip. It doesn't matter which one I pick.
I am here to tell you that you are wrong. It is not a coin flip. It is a calculation. If you look under the hood, which is exactly what we are going to do today, you will discover that these two giants are building their funds with completely different philosophies. They use different rule books. They track different indices. They treat taxes differently. And most importantly, they generate different returns. We are about to enter a deep dive battle. We are going to pit the growth titans, VUG versus SCHG, and the core foundations, VOO versus SCHX, against each other. I am going to show you the 15-year math that proves one of these brokers has a secret edge that has generated thousands of dollars in extra profit for its investors. I am going to explain the hidden tax mechanisms that most YouTubers ignore, and I am going to reveal a price hack that allows you to build a 6-figure portfolio starting with just pocket change. This is not just a comparison video. This is a masterclass in index fund investing. By the end of this 18 minutes, you will not just know what to buy, you will know why you are buying it. Let's reveal the players.
Vanguard's VUG tracks the CRSP US Large Cap Growth Index. This is an academic index. It is incredibly strict. It uses multi-factor models to define what a growth stock is. It looks at future earnings estimates, historical sales growth, and return on assets. If a company stops growing fast enough, CRSP ruthlessly kicks it out. This makes VUG a precision tool. It holds roughly 160 stocks, and it concentrates your money intensely on the proven winners. Schwab's SCHG, on the other hand, tracks the Dow Jones US Large Cap Growth Total Stock Market Index. This index is slightly more inclusive. It casts a wider net. Instead of cutting off the list at company number 160, it goes down to nearly 200 companies. It typically holds between 195 and 200 stocks. Why does that matter? Because those extra 40 companies are the mid-cap growth stars. These are the companies that have graduated from being small startups, but haven't yet become the massive behemoths like Apple or Microsoft. By including these companies, Schwab captures their explosive growth phase before they enter the Vanguard Index. This subtle difference in the rulebook, the difference between the strict academic rules of CRSP and the broader rules of Dow Jones, is the primary driver of the performance gap we are about to see. Now, let's look at the hard numbers. We are going to look at a 15-year backtest from January 2011 to January 2026. This period covers the great bull market of the 2010s, the COVID crash of 2020, the inflation spike of 2022, and the AI boom of 2024 and 2025. It is a perfect testing ground. If you had invested $10,000 into Vanguard's VUG on January 1st, 2011, and simply held it, reinvesting all dividends, your investment today would be worth approximately $109,652. That is a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 16.02%. You multiplied your money by nearly 11 times. That is phenomenal. But If you had put that same $10,000 into Schwab's SCHG, your investment today would be worth approximately $117,350. That is a CAGR of 16.51%. The difference is $7,698. Think about that. You didn't do any extra work. You didn't pay any extra fees. You simply chose the fund with the broader net methodology, and you walked away with an extra 75% of your original principal in pure profit. Why did Schwab win? It wasn't luck. It was concentration risk management. As of January 2026, Vanguard's EUG is incredibly top-heavy. Its top 5 holdings, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon, make up a staggering 45.2% of the entire fund. Almost half of every dollar you invest is dependent on just 5 CEOs. If the tech sector takes a hit, VUG bleeds. Schwab's SCHG is more balanced. Its top 5 holdings make up roughly 39.3% of the fund. That 6% difference might sound small, but in a billion-dollar portfolio, it is massive. It allows Schwab to allocate more capital to companies like Broadcom, Tesla, and Eli Lilly, companies that have provided massive returns but are weighted lower in the Vanguard fund. So, for the growth battle, the math is clear. If you want the highest historical returns and a methodology that captures winners earlier, SCHG is the winner.
Now, let's pivot to the core. This is your fortress. This is where you put the money that you absolutely cannot afford to lose. This is the 50 to 80% of your portfolio that buys the entire American economy. In the Vanguard corner, we have the heavyweight champion of the world, VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. In the Schwab corner, the challenger, SCHX, the Schwab US Large Cap ETF. Once again, we have a clash of philosophies. VOO tracks the S&P 500. Most people don't realize that the S&P 500 is not just a computer algorithm. It is managed by a committee of humans at S&P Global. To get into the S&P 500, a company doesn't just need to be big. It needs to be profitable. It must show positive earnings for the last 4 quarters. This acts as a quality filter. It keeps the junk out. When you buy VOO, you are buying the varsity team of capitalism. SCHX tracks the Dow Jones US Large Cap Total Stock Market Index. This index is rules-based, not committee-based, and crucially, it holds 750 stocks. It owns the same 500 companies that VOO owns, but it also owns the next 250 biggest companies in America. These are the bench players, the companies ranked 501 to 750.
Historically, mid-sized companies have more room to grow than mega-sized companies. It is much easier for a $20 billion company to double in size than it is for a $3 trillion company like Apple to double. By holding SCHX, you are making a bet that the bench players will eventually get promoted to the varsity team, and you want to own them before that happens. However, theory doesn't always match reality. Let's look at the 15-year math for the core battle. From 2011 to 2026, if you invested $10,000 into VOO, it grew to $83,000. If you invested $10,000 into SCHX, it grew to $81,800. Vanguard won, but only by $1,200 over 15 years. Why did the mid-cap premium fail? Because we just lived through a unique decade in financial history. From 2015 to 2025, the biggest companies in the world, the Mag 7, grew faster than anything else. The varsity team absolutely crushed the bench players. By holding those extra 250 smaller companies, SCHX was actually weighed down slightly. Does this mean VOO is better? Mathematically, yes, it has been. But there is another factor that changes everything for the new investor. This is the real wealth hack that nobody talks about. It's called unit bias. As of late January 2026, the share price of Vanguard's VOO is roughly $637. The share price of Schwab's SCHX is roughly $27. If you are a beginner investor earning an average salary and you want to invest $200 from every paycheck, you face a problem with Vanguard. You cannot buy a full share of VOO. You are priced out. If your brokerage doesn't support fractional shares, or if you simply hate seeing zero point 0.3 shares in your account, you have to leave your cash sitting on the sidelines for 3 months until you save enough to buy 1 share. That is cash drag. Your money is sleeping when it should be working. With Schwab's SCHX, that same $200 buys you 7 full shares immediately. And the gap is even wider in the growth battle. Vanguard's VUG costs $486 per share. Schwab's SCHG costs $32 per share. If you have $100 to invest, you can't touch VUG, but you can buy 3 shares of SCHG. This matters because of psychological compounding. When you see your share count growing from 10 to 20 to 50 shares, your brain releases dopamine. You feel successful. You feel like you are building something. That positive feedback loop makes you more likely to save next month. If you are stuck staring at 0.15 shares of a Vanguard fund for 6 months, you are statistically more likely to get discouraged and stop investing. For the wealthy investor with $100,000 to drop at once, VOO is the mathematically superior core. But for the everyday investor building wealth from zero, Schwab's low share price is a massive behavioral advantage. Note that even when VOO increases by 15%, your fractional shares also increase by the same percentage.
Now, I promised we would talk about taxes. This is where the advanced investors need to pay attention. You often hear that ETFs are tax efficient. This is true, but not all ETFs are created equal. Tax efficiency comes down to a metric called turnover rate. Turnover is a measure of how often the fund buys and sells stocks. Every time a fund sells a stock for a profit, it potentially generates a capital gain. By law, the fund must pass that tax bill on to you, the shareholder, even if you didn't sell a single share of the ETF. You could owe taxes just for holding the fund. Vanguard's VUG typically has a very low turnover, often around 5% to 8%. Because the CRSP index is so strict, companies don't enter or leave the list very often. Schwab's SCHG typically has a higher turnover, sometimes reaching 15% to 20%. Because it casts a broader net and includes more mid-cap stocks, there is more movement. Companies get promoted, demoted, bought out, or merged. In the old world of mutual funds, this would be a disaster. Schwab investors would be getting hit with tax bills every year.
But this is 2026. Both Vanguard and Schwab use the ETF structure, which allows them to use a mechanism called in-kind creation and redemption. I won't bore you with the legal details, but essentially, it allows the fund managers to wash capital gains inside the fund so they never trigger a tax bill for you. Because of this invisible shield, both VUG and SCHG have been incredibly tax efficient. Neither has distributed a significant capital gain in years. However, there is a subtle hidden tax called the dividend yield. Schwab's core fund, SCHX, has a dividend yield of 1.15%. Vanguard's core fund, VOO, has a dividend yield of 1.07%. Schwab pays you more income. In a retirement account like a Roth IRA, this is great. It's tax-free money to reinvest. But in a taxable brokerage account, you have to pay taxes on those dividends every year. Because SCHX holds more mid-cap and value-oriented companies, it spits out slightly more taxable cash. It is a tiny drag, but over 30 years, that 0.08% difference in yield can result in a slightly higher tax bill for the Schwab investor. So, we have the data, we have the methodology. How do we turn this into financial freedom? I'm going to give you 3 specific strategies, one for the builders, one for the Vanguard loyalists, and one for the speedrunners. Strategy A, the Schwab Builder, best for less than $100,000 accounts. This is my top pick because the low share price allows you to invest every penny, every month. 70% into SCHX. This is your core. You're buying the S&P 500 plus the next 250 rising stars. 30% into SCHG. This is your turbocharger. As we proved,
SCHG has historically beaten Vanguard's VUG. This gives you the alpha. Strategy B, the Vanguard Loyalist, best for purity. If you trust the S&P committee and want the absolute gold standard brand, do this. 70% into VOO. You are buying the 500 most profitable companies in America. 30% into VUG. You are doubling down on big tech dominance. It is concentrated, but it is powerful. Strategy C, the 5-year sprint, the accelerator. I hear you in the comments. I don't have 30 years. I want out in 5. If you have a short timeline, the safety rules don't apply. You need maximum aggression. The split, 50% core, 50% growth. Now be careful. By pushing growth to 50%, you drastically increase your volatility, but you position yourself to capture the maximum upside of the AI revolution. Whether you choose Vanguard or Schwab, the math works if you feed the machine. Investing $500 a month into these splits puts you on track for over $115,000 in 10 years and over $1.5 million in 30 years. And the cost? You are paying roughly $3.50 a year for every $10,000 invested. You are keeping 99.96% of your profit. That is how you win.
To wrap this up, let's simplify everything into a final verdict. If you have a massive portfolio, say over $500,000, and you want the absolute purest exposure to the S&P 500, Vanguard's VO is still the mathematical king. There is no shame in the Vanguard game. It is the gold standard for a reason. But for the real wealth hack community, for the people who are hungry, who are building from scratch, and who want to optimize every single dollar, the data points to the Schwab 70-30 split as the superior strategy for 2026. The lower share prices allow you to compound faster by avoiding cash drag, and the broader growth methodology has historically captured more winners before they became household names. The tools are in your hands. The data is clear. The only variable left is you. Are you going to start, and are you going to stay consistent when the market dips? That is the only difference between the person who watches this video and the person who actually retires rich. If this deep dive gave you value, do me a favor, smash that like button. It tells the algorithm you love making money, and share this video with a friend who needs to start investing. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next battle. Click on the videos on the screen right now to see which brokerage is right for you or the top ETFs I will be buying and holding this year. This is Real Wealth Hack, and I'll see you in the next video.